Hi dear students, welcome to another video. In this video we are discussing all the summaries of the chapter in plus 2 English. First of all, we are discussing the first unit, Flights of Freedom. The first chapter is 3 L's of Empowerment. The 3 L's of Empowerment is a speech by Christian Lagarde. Economic role of women is important. We do not tap women's talents fully. The 3 L's of Empower Women. The 3 L's of women empowerment are learning, labor, and leadership. The first L for women empowerment is learning. Learning or education leads changes and progress. The African proverb is relevant here. If you educate a boy, you train a man. If you educate a girl, you train a village. Studies show this difference. Women's education reduces mothers' death rate. Women's education reduces babies' death rate. Women's education reduces fertility rate. Kerala is the best example. Kerala has highest female literacy rate. Kerala has the lowest mothers' death rate, babies' death rate, and fertility rate. Bihar has lowest female literacy rate. Bihar has the highest mothers' death rate, babies' death rate, and fertility rate. The second L of women empowerment is labor. We can tap women's talents fully when they work. Studies show the difference. Men spend 13 to 14% of their income in healthcare and education. Women spend 19% of their income in healthcare and education, but women get low payment. This needs a change. There should be equal pay for equal work. Women should get property rights. Healthcare and education policies should empower them. They should get credit facilities. The third step of women empowerment is leadership. We can tap women's talents fully when they lead. Countries like New Zealand, Iceland, Norway, Germany are good examples. These countries have women leaders. During the first wave of COVID-19, the death rate in these countries was low. Countries like America had powerful men leaders, but they could not control COVID-19. Women are better leaders. They make better decisions. They are kind. They include everybody. They think about future also. Women are able, but they are not confident. They have changed their attitude. They should dare the difference. They should take risks. They should step out of their comfort zones. When we tap women's talents fully, world progresses. In short, the 3 L's of empower women to dare the difference. Next chapter is Any Woman. Any Woman is a beautiful poem written by Catherine Tynan, the Irish poet. The poem speaks about the role of mothers. Mother is the pillar of the house. She is the keystone of the arch. The house breaks without her. She is the fire. She is the light of sun. She is the heat. She provides heat to the children. House becomes cold without her. Children are precious. They cannot live without her. Children are attached with her knot of love. They will never wander away. Mother is the house from floor to roof. She decorates the house. She spins the curtains. She makes the bed. She is the wall against dangers. Even Jesus wanted a woman to give birth to him. Poem ends with a prayer. Mother prays to God to take her life only after the children grow. Next chapter is Matchbox. Matchbox is a short story written by Asha Purna Devi. The story happens in an Indian household. Asha Purna Devi compares the woman to matchboxes. The writer gives an example to show it. Nomida and Ajit are the main characters in the story. They live in a joint family. Ajit is a typical Indian husband. He dominates his wife. Nomida's mother writes letters to her. Ajit reads it and does not give it to Nomida. Once Nomida finds the crumpled letter inside Ajit's pocket. Nomida questions about this ugly habit of Ajit. Thus they quarrel. Ajit always insults his wife. Nomida comes from a poor family. Ajit calls her dung picker's daughter. Nobida's mother is a widow. She always asks her for money. Nobida is jobless. The widowed mother depends on Nomida. She has high opinion about Ajit. During the fight, Nomida wants to teach Ajit a lesson. She sets a fire on fire to her sari. Ajit is afraid now. She put out the fire. She does not reveal the true nature of Ajit in front of anyone. Nomida is the symbol of all meek women. They never unmask their men. They are like matchboxes. They have the power to destroy men's masks, but they remain calm always. Next chapter is Horigallo. Horigallo is an anecdote written by Sudhamurthy. Horigallo means a stone bench that can carry weight. This is physical Horigallo. Travelers are tired with heavy loads. They put down their load on it. Then they take rest for some time. This helps them to become fresh. Thus they can continue their travel. There are human Horigallos. Life is a travel or journey. Human Horigallos helps in a life journey. Human Horigallos listen to the worries of people. Thus they relieve their tensions. Sudhamurthy's grandfather and her colleague Ratna are human Horigallos. Sudhamurthy's grandfather was a retired school teacher. The villagers shared their problems to him. He listened to them. Thus they got relief. Thus they couldn't continue their life journey. The Ratna is Sudhamurthy's colleague. She is always happy. Her smile makes others happy. Ratna's colleague shares their problem to her. Ratna says, God gave me 2 ears. I listened to them without judgment. She did not gossip. Thus her colleague got relief. Thus they could continue their life journey. Grandfather and Ratna were Horigallos. They helped them to continue their life journey. Sudhamurthy wishes that there were many more human Horigallos. Next chapter is next unit second Heights of Harmony. The first chapter is Mending Wall. Mending Wall is a beautiful poem written by Robert Frost, the American poet. The poem is about brotherhood and harmony. The poet presents his opinion about the need for walls. There is a wall between the plots of the poet and his neighbor. During the winter, the ground under the wall expands. During the spring, the upper rocks break. Thus there shall be wide gaps. Rabbits hide in these gaps to escape from dogs, but the hunters bring them out. This also widened the gaps. The poet says that he has no proof about how these gaps are made, but in spring he can see gaps. So he says that there is something that doesn't love a wall. Spring is the repairing or mending time. The poet's neighbor lives beyond the hill. So he calls his neighbor to mend the wall. They keep the stones back. He has an apple garden and his neighbor has a pine garden. So the poet feels that there is no need of a wall. But the neighbor says that good fences make good neighbors. The poet states that there are no cows, so there is no need of wall. But his neighbor wants to make the wall. The poet compares his neighbors to an old Stone Age man. His neighbors always repeat his father's saying. His neighbor says again, good fences make good neighbors. Next chapter is Amigo Brothers. Amigo Brothers is a beautiful short story written by P.D. Thomas, the American writer. The story is about friendship. Amigo means friends in Spanish language. Antonia Cruz and Felix Vargas were 17-year-old. They were thick friends. They knew each other since childhood. They grew together. They played together. They worked out together. Antonia was fair and learned. Felix was dark and short. Their character was similar, but Both of them had the same dream. They wanted to become a world lightweight champion. That means boxing. They worked hard to achieve this dream. They start their work out early morning. They are positive in their character. They ate, slept, chatted, and dreamed positively. They had to fight each other in the division finals. Only the winner can represent the boys' club. They wanted to win the championship. They wanted to do this without giving pains to his friend. But they behaved like total strangers in the ring. Even the crowd was shocked to see their fight, but finally they hugged each other. Then they went out. They did not wait to hear the result. Next chapter is Hour of Truth. Hour of Truth is a beautiful play written by Percival Wilde. The play is about the bad influence of money. Honesty is bitter first, but sweet at last. Robert Baldwin is head of the family. He is honest. Martha is his wife. John Gresham Baldwin and Evie are their two children. Baldwin was working in a bank. He works in Mr. Gresham's bank. Gresham misused the funds in bank. Gresham was greedy. The police arrested Gresham. Only Robert Baldwin had evidence against him. Gresham called Baldwin on the day before his trial. He offered $100,000. He wanted Baldwin to say, "I don't remember," in this court. At the first, Baldwin's family was against Gresham, but they wanted to take the money. This show, Martha, John, and Evie are not honest, but Baldwin declared, "I shall go to my grave clean." Gresham confessed before Marshall. Marshall promised Baldwin a position in his bank. Thus, truth win the end. Next unit, third unit. First chapter is Three-Wheeled Revolution. Irfan Alam is a social entrepreneur. He founded Samman Foundation. Samman Foundation is a social enterprise. Irfan Alam inspires the youth to undertake a social enterprise. Social enterprises make a change in the society. Social enterprises improve the lives of low-income people. When the low-income people improve, business becomes successful. Irfan Alam founded Samman Foundation to improve the lives of rickshaw pullers. This idea came to him in his mind when he was 17 years old. Samman improved incomes by modernizing rickshaws. Advertising, sales of newspapers, water, juice, biscuits, and mobile cards for passengers were the methods. Samban empowered the rickshaw pullers, the low-income people in the society. Irfan Alam suggests entrepreneurship as a career. An entrepreneur finds an opportunity. An entrepreneur tries to make it an enterprise. People do not encourage youth to undertake a new enterprises, but we have to encourage youth to undertake a new enterprises. Entrepreneurship tackles unemployment. It's an important to dream. It's equally important to take well-planned risks. Then only we can achieve our dream. Next chapter is Didi. Shaheen Mistry is an educator and entrepreneur. She works in Mumbai slums. She educates the kids in the slums. Shaheen founded the Akanksha Foundation. Akanksha is a non-profit organization. Shaheen founded Akanksha to improve the lives of the children from low-income families. She founded organization when she was an undergraduate. Shaheen says that Indian education system is bookish. We can learn more from outside than inside the classroom. Education should stimulate the brain. Education should empower us. Akanksha Foundation gave lessons on English and maths. Akanksha teaches values. Akanksha gives confidence to children. Next chapter is Stammer. Stammer is a beautiful poem written by K. Sachidanandan, the famous Indian poet. The poet says stammer is not a handicap. Stammer is a speech defect. Stammer is the silence that falls between the word and meaning. When we stammer, we offer a sacrifice to God of meanings. When a people who stammer becomes their mother tongue. God must have stammered when He created man. That's why all the words of man carry different meanings. Stammer is like poetry. We stammer when we pray and command. Our prayer and commands appear different. Poetry also appear different. Poetry also has different meanings. Next fourth chapter. The first chapter is next fourth unit. The first chapter is when a sapling is planted. Wangari Maathai is a Kenyan environmental activist. She founded the Green Belt movement. This is an organization focusing on planting of trees and women's rights. Wangari Maathai got Nobel Prize in 2004. Wangari Maathai presents her ideas on environmental issues. Commercial farming destroys local biodiversity. Forests are the lungs of earth. Forests can conserve water. Cutting down trees destroy nature. Thus, African women cannot meet their basic needs. Environmental damages affect the woman first. Sustainable development is using our nature only for our need. Sustainable development wants us to save for our future generation. We have to give back our streams and forests to our future generation. Next chapter is Rice. Rice is a satire written by Chemmanam Chako, the famous Malayalam poet. The poem is about environmental issues. It is the satire on man's greed. The poet returns home. He was in North India. He finished his PhD there. His topic of research was making toys out of husk. He was bored with eating chapatis. He was eager to eat a meal of Adigira rice. Now he is in train. He dreams of his sights in Kerala. His father wears mud-stained dhoti. The oxen stop and look at him. His brother carries tender saplings. His mother drains the cooked rice. He wants the train to go faster. Thus he reaches his native village, but he is shocked to see changes. There is no paddy field. There are only tall rubber trees. The machine fixes the rubber sheets, making machines. The father comments that nobody is interested in paddy cultivation. Rubber gives more money. The younger brother returns from ration shop. He carries a basket of wheat. Chief Minister goes to Delhi in a plane. His mission was to demand more food grain from center. The poet doubts whether he can get some husk from the center to make toys. The poet satirizes the attitude of farmers and government. The farmer becomes greedy. The government does not promote paddy cultivation. Next chapter is Dangers of Drug Abuse. Dangers of Drug Abuse is an essay written by Hadrin B. Jones. Medicines and sensational drugs are different. Body does not need sensational drugs, but sensational drugs give the user a strong sense of pleasure. Medicines can give back the old healthy conditions. Drug abuse causes mental and physical problems. The drug addict experiences loss of senses. There are personality changes. He feels depressed. He cannot respond to the world around. He looks upon external objects with doubts. There are physical issues. Dirty needles and solutions used for injection can cause health problems. Liver disease, sexually transmitted disease, infection of kidney and brain, lung disease are some of these problems. Drug addicts can easily get pneumonia, TB, weight loss, etc. Overdose can lead to death. Damage to brain is the dangerous result of drug abuse. Next, fifth chapter. First chapter is fifth unit. First chapter is Post Early for Christmas. Post Early for Christmas is an humorous one-act play written by R.H. Wood. The background of the play is a village post office during Christmas season. The play centers around a Christmas parcel. The lady assistant is busy with her work. Many people mistake the post office for other building. Customers like Mrs. Smith, Mrs. Jones, a deaf old gentleman, fussy old lady, a farmer, Mrs. Higgins, her son Bertie, and a foreign tourist visit the post office. Mr. Smith visits the post office to pay a stamps and postal order. She is much concerned of her health. She does not like snow during Christmas. She is a rheumatic parent. She could not enjoy Christmas last year due to rheumatism. She is friendly to assistant. Mrs. Jones comes with some large parcels. She wants to assistant handle the parcels carefully. She is rude to assistant. The deaf old gentleman visits the post office for his old age pension. He cannot hear properly. His communication with the assistant makes a lot of laughter. A fussy old lady comes to the post office. Her cat was sick. She mistook the post office for an animal clinic. She buys some stamps from there. Mrs. Higgins and her son Bertie come to the post office. Bertie is a naughty boy. Mrs. Brown, the farmer, comes to the post office. He behaves like a detective. The farmer reads out the news report. A bomb was found in London post office. Bertie notices a ticking sound from a parcel. The farmer concludes it's a time bomb. Bertie brings a policeman. The lady assistant brings the bucket of water. The tourists comes back to take his forgotten gloves. The farmer asks the policeman to throw the parcel into the bucket of water. The tourists take their beautiful cloak out of the bucket. All feel shocked and ashamed. The lady assistant leaves the post office to take up a job in the animal clinic. Next chapter is This is going to hurt just a little bit. This is going to hurt a little bit is a funny poem by Ogden Nash. The poet says about the horrible experiences of a man in a dentist clinic. Dental tortures are both physical and mental. The person loses all his dignity in front of a dentist. The patient's mouth is compared to a road being repaired. He fears that the dentist might go wrong. The dentist is working with the help of mirror. The patient had an unpleasant experience from the dentist. He wants everyone to keep teeth in good condition. Otherwise, we have to go to the dentist. The poet's intention is to make the readers laugh. The misplaced words, exaggerated expressions, and rhyming words add the beauty to the poem. Next chapter is Crime and Punishment. Crime and Punishment is an humorous short story written by R.K. Narayanan, the Indian novelist. The story is a satire on overparenting. The story starts with teacher checking the arithmetic table of his student. The naughty boy gives wrong answer again and again. The teacher becomes angry. She slapped the boy on his cheeks. The boy started crying. The teacher tried to console him. The boy blackmailed the teacher that he would tell to his parents. He wanted the teachers to play as an station master. Then he wanted to teacher to tell him stories. Next he wanted to teacher run after him. The teacher felt tired. He wanted to confess to the parents. Finally he felt sympathy and saved the boy. The boy did not say anything against the teacher. Thus they save each other. The child is representative of new generation. He is naughty because of his loneliness and overparenting. The teacher punished the boy. It is physical corporal punishment. It is a crime. The boy was mischievous to the teacher. It is a punishment to the teacher. Corporal punishment is against law. It should be stopped. Okay, that's all. These are the summaries of all the chapters. Thank you for watching.